Ariel Helwani in Las Vegas, just days away now from UFC 146, and you'll never guess who we just bumped into in his own hotel room. Jason Mayhem Miller, who of course faces CB Dalloway this Saturday night live on FX. And Mayhem, it is very good to see you, and I must say right off the top, happy anniversary to you.
Whose anniversary is it?
Both you and I 4 years ago met in the hallway, MGM Grand. Shenanigans.
I love
Scoop McGillicuddy. Remember that? 4 years ago tomorrow.
Man, you know what? We've changed so much since then.
Come a long way.
Like Virginia Slims.
Yes. Well, it is very good to see you, and we're all looking forward to this fight. You versus CB Dalloway. You've said a lot going into this fight, yet you've been out of the spotlight. Obviously, you're not on the pay-per-view card. It's all about the heavyweights, the heavyweight title fight. Yeah. So different than in December when you were main event, Bisping, the Ultimate Fighter. Have you enjoyed sort of being out of the spotlight for this one?
You know what? I didn't really think I did, but when you're kind of pushed out of the spotlight in that way, you have this weird thing where all the fat gets trimmed. You know what I mean? Like there's not these weird clinger honors that were there before that I didn't need and served no purpose other than to suck me dry. So I feel like I just excommunicated some bad energy from my life, and now I've got to like live like a monk and be focused and not have to really worry about the glare or the spotlight. Just worry about my art, mixed martial arts.
You enjoy that more?
You know what? I really enjoy, I like hearing myself talk. So obviously I like to do interviews and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, for this camp, I've been kind of a jerk. Like I've done some interviews, which I owe you guys an apology. I'm sorry. I've been kind of a jerk to people because, during a training camp for this fight, Krzysztof Szynski did my damn meals. And to his credit, I've never been this shredded or like looked this good for a fight because he stacked all my Tupperware in my refrigerator to make me perfectly in shape. You know what I mean? So the bad part about that is 2.5 hours after you eat a Tupperware, you want another Tupperware, and then some lady sticks a camera in your face and is like, "Hey, we're going to do an interview right now." And I'm like, yeah, sure. I'm really happy right now, and I can't wait to fight. Like, I want to bite your face. It's shocking.
It's interesting you say that because I've obviously followed all the interviews. I've listened to them. I've read them all. Yeah, that's what I do. It's part of the job.
Spare time.
You called him a fart face.
Yeah. What do you mean?
That's rough.
How is that rough? Man, that is like, come on.
That's like back to like playground. That stuff cuts deep.
Yeah. I don't think so. That's some Disney Channel insult that I hit him with. But I mean, truth be told, I think I'm gonna beat Mayhem. Nah, he's not gonna beat me.
You don't seem to be a big fan of his.
Nah, nah. You know what? Here's why. He kind of lives that life of the safe fight. Like he tries to slow the fight down to make it safe instead of taking chances to win. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to respect him for that.
Is this a guy that's been on your radar for a couple of years? Now, I know you've obviously not been in the UFC for a couple of years, but you haven't thought about him?
Yeah, well, I mean, I have always paid slight attention to everybody at 185 pounds, just like, look, I mean, so much so that, a lot of times people ask me other weight classes. I'm like, who? I have no idea who you're talking about. But, in my weight class, I know there's a chance that I'd run into any guy. So I paid attention to him and made sure to, watch. But, yeah, at the same time, I wasn't like nonstop watching his videos every time he fought because I didn't find many of his fights very exciting.
You kicked off the promotion for this fight with a bang when you said that if you would lose to CB Dalloway, you'd retire. Now, not calling you a liar or anything, but
call me a liar if you want, Ariel Helwani.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
I don't believe you're going to retire.
Believe it, bro. Yeah. If you're right. I'm not going to retire because I'm not going to lose.
But why put that stipulation out there?
Why not?
That's putting more pressure on you for no reason.
Don't give a damn. I've dealt with all the pressure in the world. I could deal with one fart face.
Are you prepared to walk away from the sport?
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not going to. Actually, no, I'm not prepared. What the hell am I saying? No, not at all. I'm not prepared. I'm not leaving. I'm not going anywhere. You know why? Because I'm going to end him on May 26th.
Why did you feel the need to put that out there, though?
Why not? Because the way I look at it is that Dalloway is nowhere near my level. I really threw the entire fan base off by putting in a terrible performance against a good fighter. I didn't fight nearly up to my level, so I lost badly, and that fired me up and made me realize I had to change some things, and instead of doing the bare minimum, I have to do what it takes to win, so I'm doing it. And if I cannot perform in the octagon, then I shouldn't be there. That's just the truth. You know what I mean? That's just the cold hard facts. Is that if I can be a superstar in practice and then not show what I can do in the cage, then what's the point? I might as well just hang out in the gym and help the guys.
What specifically did you change between this camp and the last one?
Well, everything. My diet, my conditioning regimen, the way I did my training camp. I listened to my body a lot more. Didn't just train myself into the ground. What else did I do differently? I didn't play any video games.
Why would that help or not help?
I just didn't do it. I don't know why.
They're the devil. That's what my mom used to tell me.
Good Lord. Man, I'd hate to be in your family.
But here's the thing. You had such a long break between your 2 fights ago and the Bisping fight.
Yeah.
Do you think that maybe you overtrained? Maybe that time off didn't help you, and now a shorter period between fights may be a benefit to you?
I don't know. I could really sit here and list a million excuses for why I lost that fight, but they don't matter. All that matters is performance in the octagon. And, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on a great show.
When you think about the fight and everything, I mean, are you over it? Do you still think about it? Do you still think about Bisping loss?
Let me tell you, I went directly from that fight to the most torturous situations of my life. I drove from Vegas to California with my mom and my dad and like a car load of people with a black eye, feeling pissed off. The coldest, deadest winter that you could think of in Death Valley. I came through it, and I was reborn. So sometimes you got to kill yourself to be born anew.
Based on the things UFC President Dana White said about you after the fight, how much pressure do you feel going into this one?
None.
Do you feel like you have to prove him wrong?
Nah, I'm not like, I'll prove you wrong, Dad. Watch me. Nah, you know what? I have Dana White. Yeah, great. Whatever. I have a lot more higher standards for myself than Dana White ever would have. You know what I mean? Like for me, when he had all these bad comments to say, yeah, I agreed with him because I didn't do myself any justice. Like I didn't feel when I look back at it and when I think about myself, like I'm disgusted with myself for that. Well, guess what? I fixed it, and I'm going to do it on Saturday night.
You know, it excites me. I'll be honest. I'm always honest with you. I wasn't a big fan of the blonde hair.
Yeah.
This hair excites me.
Wow.
I like this. This is great. Can you just show it off and tell us what it represents? What is it? Is there any sort of meaning behind it?
Really, man?
No.
Nah, art in all its forms is not quite supposed to be explained.
Okay. Speaking of which, I've noticed that you are painting now. Is there a specific reason for that? Are you trying to express yourself that way?
Yeah, no, I you know me, man. I'm the artsy guy.
Right.
I like to express myself in a lot of different ways, be it through written word or through painting or whatever. And yeah, somebody left some paint at my house, and I was like, oh, awesome. Started painting.
Final thing, how do you expect the fight to play out? When you envision it, when you think about Saturday night, how do you expect it to play out?
No, you know what? That doesn't work for me. Here's why. Is because I've done this before where I wrote this story. I wrote the story of the Michael Bisping fight. Oh, I'm going to take him down, control him. He's eventually going to give me something, and I'll submit him. Well, guess what? I only wrote one round of that fight in my head. Round 2 came, and I didn't even have a story. So I'm not gonna write it. I'm gonna write it as I go along, and I feel like that'll be the best. That'll be really where I shine as I live in the moment.
All right, man. Thanks so much for the time, and good luck on Saturday night.
Thanks, Ariel Helwani. happy anniversary, man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm really proud of what you done.
Thank you. To many more.
Likewise.